Respected scholars and theologians won't touch this translation for a reason. There is no attempt to stay true to the copies we have because the point is to correct or add to the copies to personalize it to the beliefs of this one group. Hello, I'm Melissa Dougherty here for CrossExamined.org. The Passion Translation has been growing in popularity over the years since its creation. Many of you have heard it quoted from your pastors at church or your friends, and many Christians in general have enjoyed reading it. What makes this translation so different? From the Passion Translation website, it says this translation will evoke an overwhelming response in every reader, unfolding the deep mysteries of the Scriptures. If you are hungry for God, the Passion Translation will help you encounter His heart and know Him more intimately, fall in love with God all over again. However, since it's been out, some people have become very suspicious of it. It has come under a lot of scrutiny, and many people are seriously rethinking their involvement with this Bible interpretation. In my own personal research, I've come across some things that I have found extremely unsettling. Though there are a lot more than just 3, I want to share 3 major concerns I have, and if Christians can rely on this as a reputable translation. Number 1, how it was created. Brian Simmons is the main translator and creator of the Passion Translation. He claims in 2009 he had a visit from Jesus himself. In an interview with 𝗧𝗔𝗫, he says this: "Jesus came into my room. He breathed on me. He spoke to me and said, 'I'm commissioning you to translate the Bible.' And he promised me he would help me. He promised to give me the secrets of the Hebrew language." When asked about where the name of the Bible came from, he said that it came from an angel that he saw in church named Passion. Now, there are major issues with this. This is not a normal translation. This is an interpretation. This reminds me of Joseph Smith, for example, who claimed that God spoke to him to make his own translation, or the Jehovah's Witnesses' New World Translation. Brian Simmons being the sole person creating this translation, supposedly commissioned by Jesus himself, has startling implications. It would mean that for 2,000 years we have knowledge hidden from us that only Brian Simmons has received from God. Brian Simmons says this himself. Quote, "What if for 2,000 years the church has been robbed of what Jesus really said?" If this is true, then all of our Bibles have always been wrong. The only time I ever really find someone creating their own version of the Bible is because they simply don't like what it says. So they claim divine revelation from God and create their own version that fits comfortably into their own theological preferences. Which brings me to number 2. This translation is clearly sectarian. What I mean by that is that this translation is made for a sect within the charismatic movement, mainly the extreme apostolic signs and wonders movement. There's this overemphasis on healing, signs, wonders, miracles, prophecies, tongues, and prosperity, and these beliefs are clearly demonstrated when you read the Passion Translation. This is also shown with the high-profile endorsements of the Passion Translation, which are, not surprisingly, only all leaders within this movement. Respected scholars and theologians won't touch this translation for a reason. There is no attempt to stay true to the copies we have because the point is to correct or add to the copies to personalize it to the beliefs of this one group. There's an unnecessary expansion and addition of the signs and wonders terminology in the Passion that are very specific to the hypercharismatic movement. These are words such as revival, activate, receiving of the Holy Spirit, encounter, glory, glory realms, release, anointed, atmosphere, prosperity, realm, Holy Spirit fire, Holy Spirit rain, fresh fire, fresh encounter, Holy Spirit wind, revelation, etc. There's so much more. It's demonstrable that the Passion Translation is certainly made to fit the theology of the signs and wonders movement. Number 3, the supposed Aramaic originals. This one really made my jaw drop. Simmons suggests that he is correcting the Bible from the original Aramaic, but there is no original Aramaic. He claims that the Greek is a second-generation copy. He says, quote, "For centuries, it has been believed that the New Testament was first written in Greek. Some scholars now lean increasingly towards the thought that Aramaic and Hebrew texts of the New Testament are the original manuscripts, and that many of the Greek texts are copies and a second generation from the originals." It sounds sensational, and humans love sensational claims, but no respectable Bible scholar knows what Brian Simmons is talking about when he claims to use the original Aramaic. The fact is that the New Testament was clearly written in Greek. So in my opinion, we as Christians should avoid this translation. It's a good rule to have that if anyone says that they have studied the text of the Bible and found something that everyone has missed, or that God has given only them secret and special revelation to reveal the actual hidden knowledge of the scriptures, then their teaching should be avoided at all costs. As Christians, I definitely don't think we need to be opposed to signs, wonders, and miracles. That is part of our worldview. But we do need to be opposed to extreme beliefs that lead to bad theology, because bad theology hurts people. The point isn't whether this translation makes us feel good or not. The point is if it's true or not. For more information on this, a really in-depth resource is the Passion Project done by Pastor Mike Winger on his YouTube channel. He walked with this research so we could run with it. If you're interested in learning more about this topic and my ministry, you can visit my YouTube channel or website listed in the description. And for more exclusive content from myself and other great apologists and content creators, make sure to subscribe to CrossExamined.org below.